Hi guys, today let's talk about diesel heaters, Chinese diesel heaters. Okay, so let's get started. I even have my cheat sheet with me so that I don't forget to tell you about all the important things about heating your van. Okay, but now that we started with the diesel heater, let's talk about how they work. So um, here you've got the air inlet. Here you've got the diesel fuel inlet, and here you have the exhaust. This metal part you have here is the floor or the wall, because you can put them against the wall if you want it. And this separates the outside of the diesel heater. That part should be outside of the vehicle, while the plastic part should be inside the vehicle. And the only thing that you have here is a fan, which just recirculates the air inside your van. So you've got cold air being sucked in through this part, then it gets heated here, and this is the outlet with the hot air. The most important thing about those heaters is that the fuel with this inlet and with the exhaust gases, they never mix with the recirculation of the air. So what you have here is a very safe heater, because this is a closed combustion heater. Yeah, whatever it's probably called closed combustion, simply because the part where the diesel burns never mixes with the clean air inside your vehicle. So those things, if installed the right way, they are perfectly safe. Now, let's talk, why do you need them? Why does your vehicle need those heaters? Because it's not only you, it's also the vehicle. So a little bit of theory right now. First of all, every one of us, every person produces around 1 glass of water per 24 hours. It might be less, it might be more, it depends on many factors. But for the sake of simplicity, let's assume it's 1 glass of water. Because when you breathe, you produce water. Yeah, you can easily see it when you just breathe against a piece of glass. You see that this is like, it's going to get foggy. Yeah, so if you count all your breaths, it will be 1 glass of water. That's a very important thing, because every day, every 24 hours, you're in your vehicle, you are pouring a glass of water against your vehicle, and you need a way to fight moisture. And those diesel heaters help you fight moisture. Why is it so? Well, uh, air, the air we breathe, has a special feature. When the air inside a compartment, inside a vehicle is warm, it can sort of absorb, it can maintain, sustain all the moisture floating in the air. But when the temperature drops, the moisture gets deposited on different surfaces, on cold surfaces especially. That's why in the evenings you have wet grass, you have dew, simply because it's becoming colder. Yeah, there's nothing special to it. The moisture from the air starts to separate from the air, and it gets deposited on different surfaces. So I have a lot of people telling me, oh, I don't need a diesel heater because I got a perfect sleeping bag. It's rated to whatever Arctic temperatures. Okay, yeah, you might feel, warm and cozy, but your vehicle will suffer. Yeah, you're gonna develop mold. Everything's going to be wet. Everything is going to be stinky after a while. So it's not good. Plus, uh, when you have a diesel heater or any other good heater, you can just open the door if you go out. You don't have to just slide past your door to preserve any remaining amount of warm air inside. Yeah, you don't care, because if you open the door for whatever, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. You can always close the door, and you can always just turn on the heater, and it's going to be warm once again. So people who have those heaters, they tend to open the doors more often if they need to go out or something, and they induce some sort of ventilation. So that's good for moisture management. Plus, of course, if you have around 75 degrees, all the moisture is going to be trapped in the air instead of being deposited on your countertops, mattresses, windows, walls, floor, etc., etc. So those things are really, really nice. And now I would like to make a comparison between a diesel heater like this one and the famous, infamous MrBuddy heater. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, those MrBuddy heaters for me are totally dangerous. Simply because I don't like having open flames. I don't like having any really warm, really hot, radiant heat inside the vehicle because that really can cause you trouble. That thing, as I mentioned before, is totally airtight. So all the combustion process has nothing to do with what happens inside the vehicle. With the MrBuddy or any other open flame heaters, you get a lot of moisture, which is a byproduct of combustion. You get CO2, and if there are problems, you get carbon monoxide, yeah, which is not good. So I know, and I've read, and I've heard not once, not twice that those MrBuddy heaters or any other similar ones, they can kill people. Yeah, you don't want to be one of those victims. So don't use them because they are not substantially cheaper than these, and they are inefficient. They burn through propane tanks like crazy. They create moisture, and I don't know why people buy them. Uh, Simply probably because people just don't know that there are any other better alternatives. Another important thing about diesel heaters is that they are really fast. When you turn this thing on, you just need to wait 2, 3, 5, whatever, 10 minutes, and it's really toasty inside. So that's another benefit you can have for $120, $140. Sometimes you can get them for $60. So yeah, those things are really inexpensive. You can have them around $100 or sometimes less. I bought this one for 60. They usually are around 120, 150, and they just work, yeah, and they are safe. They work. So I think that's enough information for anybody. I would also like to mention other types of heaters. You've got propane heaters, which also have a closed combustion chamber, the Propex and the Truma. I've used the Truma. I've installed the Truma quite a few times, and they are really really nice. They are also integrated with a water tank. So when you turn them on, you can heat the air and you can heat the water as well. But the problem is, of course, price. They are probably around $2,000. So 120 versus $2,000, that's a huge difference. And of course, the typical Webasto or Ispar are perfectly okay because they are high quality units. If you have the money, you can buy them, no problem. But there is no visible direct benefit when you compare them to those cheap Chinese diesel heaters. So the choice is yours, but I would just stay away from the MrBuddy heaters because you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Please don't forget to subscribe because there's going to be a lot of new videos with lots of information. So let's be in touch. See you next time. Thank you.